Hello everyone. We are now on week 5 on forensic ballistics. So our topic for today is on cartridge case and primer. So let us start with a cartridge case, or we call that shell. So it is a tubular metallic or non-metallic container. It holds together the bullet, the gunpowder, and the primer. So ito po yung buo na cartridge case. It holds the bullet, yan po, yung gunpowder sa loob, and the primer. The portion of the cartridge that is automatically ejected from the automatic firearm during firing, and this remains at the scene of the crime. Kapag ipinutok na ito, di ba? So, pumunta na yung bullet, naalis na yan. Kapag nag-explode ito, gunpowder sa loob. So, naiiwan itong cartridge case o shell doon sa crime scene. Cartridge case are typically made from brass, nickel-plated brass, or aluminum. Yung nickel-plated brass, that is shiny and silver in color. And yung aluminum cases, these are lighter in weight than brass cases and have a dull silver color. The function of the cartridge case holds the bullet, gunpowder, and primer assembled into one unit. It serves as the waterproof container of the gunpowder. It prevents the escape of the gases to the rear, as the sidewalls of the cartridge case. So, excuse me, it serves as a gas seal at the breech end of the barrel. We have here the parts of the cartridge case. We have the rim. It serves the purpose of limiting the forward travel of cartridge into their chambers. Primer pocket. It holds primer securely in central position. It also provides a solid support for primer handles, without which the latter could not be fired. We have the vents or flash holes. It is the hole in the web or bottom of the primer pocket through which the primer flask provides ignition to the powder charge. It is the opening or canal that connects the priming mixture with gunpowder. Then we have the head and body. It constitutes the corks that plug the breech of the barrel against the escape of the gas. Then you have the neck, the part of the cartridge case that is occupied by the bullet. And then cannulures. These are serrated grooves that are sometimes found rolled into the necks and bodies of the cases at the location of the bases of the bullet to prevent the bullet from being pushed back or loosened. And we have the rim, the part of the mouth of the case that is turned in upon the bullet. It aids in holding the bullet in place, and it offers resistance to the movement of the bullet out of the neck. Then we have the base. This is the bottom portion of the case, which holds the primer, which contains the priming mixture, and the shell head, which contains the head stamp, caliber, and the year of manufacture. Then we have shoulder, the portion which supports the neck. Extracting groove, that is the circular groove near the base of the shell, designed for the automatic withdrawal of the case after its firing. So you have here a picture or image of a cartridge case. Merong pahiga at patayo. No? So, So, andito yung mga sinabi natin na parts, no? Then, we have what's called the head stamp. These are numerals, letters, and symbols stamped into the head of a cartridge case or shot shell to identify the manufacturer, caliber, gauge, or give additional information. We have here the classification of cartridge case based on shape and head form. So we have based on shape is straight. Always these are a cartridge case for an ammo in pistol, no, or revolver, straight. Ayan. Then we have bottleneck cartridge. As you can see, meron siyang bottleneck, hindi diretso na tulad nun. A cartridge case having a mean diameter and a distinct angular shoulder, stepping down to a smaller diameter at the neck position of the case. It is typically associated with rifle ammunition. They are designed to have larger volume in the case to hold more gunpowder. This helps rifle cartridges to achieve higher velocities than handgun cartridges. Then our second topic, we have primer. This is the portion of the cartridge case which consists of a brass or a gliding metal cap. So kapag babalikan natin ito, nandito po yung primer. Ayan. Okay. This is the smallest part of a cartridge. It is the cap contains highly sensitive mixture of chemical compound, which when struck by the firing pin would detonate or ignite. Such action is called percussion. Alexander Jan Forsyth, he was credited with being the first to conceive the idea of using detonating compounds for igniting powder charges in small arms by percussion in 1807. He obtained a patent for this idea. We have here the four basic types of modern centerfire primers. We have the boxer type, American type, which was invented by Colonel Edward Monier Boxer. It may be identified by the fact that the anvil is a separate piece of metal in the primer. This type may also be called the separated anvil type. The anvil is an integral part of the primer assembly. There is only one flash hole, and this is the center of the primer cap, and it can be reloaded. So, ito po sa dalawang image na ito, ang boxer type po is itong nasa right. Meron lang po siyang isang butas. Okay? Then we have Burdan type or European type. This was invented by Colonel Hiram Burdan. The anvil is part of the cartridge case. It has 2 or 3 holes that are not centered in the case base. Hindi tulad dito, sentrong-sentro. Not generally reloaded. Then we have Burdan Boxer Primer. Have 3 vents or flash holes. Then we have battery cap type, generally used for shotgun shells. Simply a variation of the boxer type. The purpose is to help hold the priming mixture in place and to exclude moisture. We have here the major components inside the primer. Initiator, we have the lead stiffener. This is set off with a sharp blow as when the firing pin strikes the primer cap. Then we have the oxidizer. Barium nitrate gives up its oxygen readily. The oxygen is needed to burn the fuel. Then you have the fuel, which is composed of antimony sulfide. It burns the gunpowder in the very high rate that results to the proportion of the bullet. Then we have the parts of a primer cap. It refers to the container of the priming mixture that is made up of brass, gilding metal, or copper. We have the priming mixture. It refers to the highly sensitive chemical mixture contained in the primer cap. Then we have the anvil, the portion of the primer against which the priming mixture is crushed by a blow from the firing pin. Then we have the disc, a piece of small paper or disc of tin foil which is pressed over the priming mixture. We have also the composition of the priming mixture. Priming compounds are divided into two classes. We have the corrosive. One of the chemicals in corrosive primers is potassium chlorate, which in ignition produces potassium chloride. Potassium chloride draws moisture from the air, and this moisture speeds the rusting and corrosion in gun barrels. So we have the ingredients of corrosive. We have potassium chlorate, 45%, antimony sulfide, 23%, and fulminate of mercury, 32%. For the non-corrosive, advances in primer chemistry over the years have produced new compositions in which the potassium chlorate has been eliminated by the substitution of other chemicals. These newer primer arise of the non-corrosive type and have practically replaced the corrosive type. So the ingredients, we have barium nitrate, 45%, antimony sulfide, 23%, fulminate of mercury, 32%. What is meant by corrosion? That is the chemical wear and tear of the inside of a gun barrel due to rust formation or chemical reactions by the products of combustion after firing. Then erosion. This is the mechanical wear and tear of the inner surface of the gun barrel due to mechanical abrasion or sliding friction. This is all for today. Thank you for joining me. You have a multiple choice and an illustration for your activity. So your illustration, you do it in a bond paper. Okay? So good day.